Somehow, unbelievably, there has been a reversal. Zeztz 47 has made me see that there's something more going on. Last episode, I thought that the show was spinning its wheels and not going forward at all. It didn't go as forward as much as I would have liked it to in this episode. However, I can now see the trajectory, and I feel like the Nem illusion arc thing has, one, been redeemed, and two, had such an unusual construction to it that it's still happening now. We're still in the Nem illusion arc, and that's weird to me. We're living in the world that the lady made happen, the lady in Oblivion made happen for her to live with Nem, and it just didn't happen the way I expected it to, the way I would have done it. I would have done it more linearly, where they lived in that world for a couple episodes, and then we got to see the aftermath of it and see it undone more quickly. The state of the world is still everybody's erased, and I'm assuming that since Nem has appeared in everybody's dreams, that she'll somehow remember everybody and bring the whole world back into being. So that's super interesting to me, or maybe there'll be some sort of chain thing that doesn't really matter to the story. What matters more is that just I thought it was bad, and I thought it was floundering, and apparently it's not. We have next episode. Looks like we need to have Odaka brought back. I thought that was going to happen this episode. It didn't. They're working on it. I guess he's the two-part victim of the week. Whatever. That's the role he fills in this. And we had a really cool fight between Oblivion and Baku. I thought it was funny that he was using all the old forms again, all the old capsums, and I realized, oh, this is the end of the show. They need to make sure that everything has a good showing. And I was happy specifically that he was Wing, because if you've been following me at all, if you know anything about me at all, I love birds. I'm a bird man. And I love the Birdman episode that he got. It was like 7 or 8 or something like that, where he was fighting this crazy crow guy with these black feathers were showing up as the black case. Super cool. And then he's flying around doing stuff. So that was neat. Anyway, yeah, but I now believe in what's going on, and I don't know that it's worthwhile to take those risks and to like slow the narrative down and to make it feel weaker on a weekly basis, because maybe it'll feel great when you're watching it, on DVD or, whatever. When you're watching it back to back in rapid succession, it'll probably feel really good, but it just didn't quite work for me last week going into this week. But now, retroactively, I'm feeling like, oh, okay, this is much better than I thought it was. And I feel a little strange about that. I don't really know what to do except to say that I guess I keep trusting in Yu Takahashi because he keeps delivering and keeps performing well. And I now see... It's interesting, too, because we had, I don't know if it was in the original opening or if it was in the second opening where we got to see them all in the cityscape at, like, kaiju size, so to speak, and everybody's together, Nem, and Minami, Fujimi, Nausicaa, and Baku. They're all here together having fun, and then over here, standing still in his black outfit, is Odaka. And we're, like, kind of making that a reality now in the show, and Minami has finally met Nem for the first time in real life. Nem's been gone for all these years. Minami's been like a talent agent manager kind of person. And so she would know. I think she worked for the talent agency that Nem was part of. So like she would know of her, and she's so excited to see her in real life. And then while they're having a discussion, like Minami had just passed Odaka, who's in Baku's bed, and she's wondering where Baku is. Baku's gone because he's, going into dreams now on his own with the extreme capsum, and like he doesn't need to be asleep anymore, which means that his body is disappearing from the real world. So he's going into the dreams and doing whatever he's doing, and it raises concerns for her. Meanwhile, Fujimi and Nausicaa have their memories back, so now they're researching what's going on with Odaka, trying to find him. They're trying to trace the place back to where whatever's happening, the black case is actually, or whatever. They're trying to trace the black case so that they can help find him and get things solved. So it's like everything's humming back along, and the core cast has all their memories back, and they all know each other and know of each other and have like these relationships restored to them. And I don't know if Nem's memories of the premonition have been integrated into them now or not. I can't tell if she had those memories or not. She could have, because she was... Well, anyway, I don't know. But, like, it's just funny, because now, like, we have all these parts assembled back together. We have this cast assembled back together, and now they're just able to go through the show, and it feels like we never skipped a beat, sort of, even though we did skip a beat and we paused and stopped and things were on hold for all. Even Dawn is back. Even Sieg has returned, and I like how it was done. It was a little bit of a cheap shot. I was actually expecting Baki to have woken himself up and removed himself from the dream, because he could have just done that just as easily. But instead we have Sieg, but I guess he would have abandoned Nem. But either way, he would have abandoned her, so why not jump out and then jump back in somewhere else where you can take advantage over Oblivion? I don't know. But that's not what they chose to do, because they had Sieg coming back anyway. So I believe when Nem said he was right, that she was referring to was Sieg, so therefore he appeared and was able to kind of save the day, which is funny. So yeah, I thought this was going to be the Rescue Odaka arc. I think it is, but it has all these other things going on in it at the same time, and it also happens to be the, Nem's Illusion World arc, or the Lady's Illusion World arc. So what am I saying? I'm saying I like Zeztz 47, and I think the show overall is still holding up, in spite of some strange moves and some, I don't even know if they're missteps or if they're just like unorthodox moves to make. And I feel like I should be praising the show for being a little bit unorthodox and taking a novel approach to things, but at the same time, it's frustrating to me. And I don't know if that's just because it's breaking with convention of typical storytelling, not just Kamen Rider storytelling, but typical storytelling, or not. And I don't know if like my complaints are legitimate or not, but I feel them, and I'm bugged by certain things. But then as time goes on, I say, oh, never mind, I'm okay with this. So kind of puts me in a weird place where I'm not wishy-washy. I'm like, there's this quote like, what do you do? Like, I don't know, whatever. It's like somebody accuses somebody of being a flip-flopper, and the guy's like, well, when I get more information, I change, when the facts change, I change my mind, or I change my opinion on them. What do you do, sir? And yeah, that's what I'm trying to honestly assess this stuff and just go through it week by week and see, is this individually entertaining? Is it holding up overall? Does it connect to everything that comes before it? Is it all building towards something? And I feel like yes, even though I'm frustrated along the way at certain things. And I don't know if that tension is purposeful, or if it has something to do with me not receiving it well, or if it's accidental, that like they're trying to make it really cool and really, hip and, not edgy, but like, oh, look, we're doing things kind of crazy. It's like, well, yeah, sometimes crazy doesn't work, but sometimes crazy is amazing. So yeah, in conclusion, I still like the show, despite some of its false steps and false starts. And I want to know if you have the same assessment. Do you think this was an episode that redeemed what came before it? And can you identify what the issue is with the show overall, that I'm kind of talking around and talking about? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to have a conversation about this with you. And also please check out the pinned comment, where you can find a link to my inspector's notes, where you can dive deeper into episode 47 with me. Alabaku. So folks, done doing my gag, I forgot to say this is MJ with Henshin Inspection and Rider Tears signing out.